Hey, good evening. This is Nicolina Nix, and you're here for another episode of Women, Wit, and Wine. Thanks for joining us. I have my amazing friend here, Judith Edwards, here to join me to talk about the show.
So, hola!
It's a real mic, and it makes it So, but we're here.
Still gonna yell hola.
That's okay. No. I want you to yell hola. You know, I just didn't know if you knew. It's
No, that was on purpose to reverberate and wake up Albuquerque. Hello.
It's
spring.
It's absolutely spring. Absolutely. Tonight, Judith and I are enjoying a Cabernet. It's called Smile. And when I invited Judith, she wanted to suggested that we talk about how spring is the opportunity for new beginnings and fresh starts. And I say, of course, spring forward. Let's spring forward. Let's stop looking in the rearview mirror and let's spring forward. You know, so because I think most of us spend our lives just waiting and looking back. We're looking back. We spend too much time looking back. So Judith is here to join me, and she said, of course, she says hola, and I say hola too. But how's it going, Judith?
Hey guys! Oh my gosh! You know what? It is going.
Yeah,
it is going, and I'm so glad you invited me back. It's so much fun. And yeah, you know, this whole rear view life crap. It really sucks. What's your rating, Nicolene? We can say potty words, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So it's a fucking clusterfuck. It is. I mean, life. I have come to a lovely place in my life, and I realize I'm older than dirt. So watch out. You know, my comedy's going to take a new turn this spring. It is going to be fresh, yes, but it's going to be old shit. No, it's not. It's about being old shit. I mean, you know, like, but then, you know, when you think about it, Nicolina, when you let the shit sit there and it ferments and it does its magic, you know, fresh shit is very dangerous to plants. Did you know that?
No.
It is. It's very dangerous.
Oh, I think it has toxins in it.
Yeah, no, well, it burns.
Yeah.
Oh, it burns. Now, there's a topic for another night. Fresh shit that burns, right? When you get burned by shit. So, what I'm saying is that, you know, when you compost it, if we'd be scientific, because it was the Science March yesterday, when you're scientific, you know, you let it sit there and it heats up, oh, you could start a fire with that shit. You can actually start a fire with that shit.
Literally.
So, I've just come to a point in my life, finally, maybe, resolution and peace, right? But once you get there, then heck, it's time to start the party. Well, and I am so glad Mother Nature's cooperating.
Well,
right?
Here's the thing. Absolutely.
I'm ready to listen. Girl, tell it.
Here's the thing. Everything in life goes south.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's beyond your control.
And it may not even be a sanctuary state.
So the key to that is knowing that we can only allow it to affect us and not anybody around us. Because I'm one of these people. I'm a control freak. You know, I'm a typical Leo. I want to be number one.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, I'm a Leo too.
I know, my fellow Leo.
There's so much feline going in here.
You know, I want to be number one, and I want people to bow to my whim and bend to my will. And I think that that's pretty typical. However, I'm trying to learn that the more that I try to control it, the more out of control it gets.
Yes.
So I have to take a deep breath and just go, I got to trust in the universe. I got to believe that the right thing is going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's going to make the right choice. You know, whatever higher power you believe in is, you know, ask him to open up your heart. I mean, and know that they're guiding you. And God, life has been pretty stressful for me, and it seems like it's been kind of stressful for you too.
Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you. It's been a while since I've been on Women Wit and Wine.
I know.
And there's a nice, wonderful wine going on here. So, real quick, are we on? Are we live? Are we going? Do we have any little faces there?
We've been live. I don't know yet. I don't have anybody there.
Well, we have to poke someone. So poke while I'm talking.
Poke.
She's going to poke while we're talking. And there's plenty of loops, so don't worry. So anyway, so I actually just got one of those in life horrible aha moments. Mm-hmm. Thanks to genetics. Hello. So I am not quite sure how public I'm going to go with it, but what the heck? I mean, I don't know. Maybe this podcast would be a lovely time to just share because it is. Sure. It's on file. So I officially have, semi-officially have received positive diagnoses on my family of origin.
Awesome.
Like psych diagnoses. Wow. Yeah. So it was, I knew I had a really horrible, fucked up childhood. But now I have labels for all the people in my family, and I am the sole survivor. I mean, I feel like it's that movie in the end where, it's Danny Glover or some other guy, or what's his name? So handsome. He's older now, though. The last guy walking out of the apocalypse carrying the chains and whatever, or Will Smith carrying the dead alien, or any of the genres. That's I realize that's me. Mm-hmm. And all the years I've padded the stories thinking I was exaggerating, but in behold, no, I was not. Yeah, I have two siblings, there's three of us, and 2 out of 3, bingo, have caretakers and official diagnoses, and never have been able to functionally function in the world. Mm-hmm. So I'm the sole survivor. I was disowned many years ago, and I live with that. But
cheers to the black sheeps.
I have the nerve to be sane, but then I'm doing stand-up comedy, so I guess this might be not a good match. But anyway, maybe it's perfect. But after that's insanity. So anyway, in this lovely springtime, I got the final confirmation in academic language of what is the diagnosis of my family, and holy crap, I'm a frickin' miracle.
Are you?
Yeah. And part of me for a moment, was just devastated and sad to finally have it in black and white, right? Mm-hmm. But then I'm frickin' Will Smith, dragging the alien across the desert. Absolutely. Or whatever it is, that's me. And my kids are doing okay. There's legacy in the family that's getting expressed in different ways, but we have knowledge. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing is we have love. And so it's going to be okay.
Love is the important thing.
And I can't turn back the time. Dang it, you silly Cher. Turn back
Come on.
Yeah, no. And I can't do as much Botox as Cher. Actually, I haven't done any Botox yet. But, I mean...
She looks pretty scary these
days.
She
does look pretty scary. Her face might break if she smiles
I love Cher, but she was on RuPaul's Drag Race last year, and she
can't move. But
scary. It's she's scary.
What, almost 70, or is 70 now?
Yeah.
So hey, if that's 70, rocket babe, right? So we have a choice.
Mm-hmm. We do.
We can choose joy. And it's pretty remarkable, and it's pretty darn corny in this very cynical world. But I think it's, you know what? I think I'd rather be laughing.
I do. I mean, I try to make...
I'd rather be laughing.
Humor.
I really would.
Out of everything. I laugh at my pain. I laugh at my... here's the thing. If you can't laugh at yourself, then you have bigger issues than most people.
Yeah, and I spent a lot of energy worrying about what was the right thing to do, because in my crazy, crooked corner of the world where I grew up, I didn't have a clue I knew things were not right at home. Mm-hmm. And this is pre-internet for you youngsters that might listen to this.
Right.
We couldn't GTS. We couldn't Google that shit. We just, that's like the 12th better drink more wine. The ums will go away. Or maybe
don't worry about the ums.
So they'll turn into ums. I remember really watching the Brady Bunch so closely as a little girl when I could catch it. and almost like I felt like I was almost taking notes, like, oh, okay, that's how you're supposed to dress. Oh, that's how you're supposed to act, thinking that was the real world because that's the only window I could have.
Really, come on, that was the facts of life for us.
Oh, that must be how it is. And then the Racy Partridge family came. Racy because the mother was divorced.
That's right, she's divorced.
Yeah. So people have asked me, like, why did I stay? I stayed for many years in a marriage without any love or affection, and they ask, well, why did you stay? And it's such a bizarre question from someone from my background in my era, is because it's what was done. No, it wasn't quite the 60s. I get it. There was a sense of, I had kids, you needed to do your duty, and I don't know, maybe I was just waiting for things to turn up, like it would get better.
Well, you know what? A lot of the things is marriage relationships have become disposable. It's way too easy to walk away from what is wrong than to sit down and look at what's right. A lot of people, because, we always have the ex-boyfriend kind of thing, and wondering about, maybe did I miss out?
Well, it's really funny for me because I just eliminated all that anxiety because I didn't have any. Because I got married the first time at 18, so I didn't even have any ex other than maybe the 10th grade crush that I had. But I was a freshman. The crush. So I had no real ex-boyfriends. So it's like, just what are boyfriends? I guess I married them all. So
right.
Oh, we got married. Oh, okay. But oh my gosh, how incredible life is, though, that we get to start again.
We do get to start again.
Even when we're, like, not exactly fresh out of the press.
But you know what? I really think that now, for me, is better than then for me, single me. Because now, for me, realizes what it is that I want and that I don't have to settle for.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing is I'm not willing to settle anymore. I'm not willing to be in the mediocre relationship because this can provide for me. I'm not willing to have companionship just because I don't want to sleep alone.
Yeah. Well, the financial thing, two incomes are always better than one.
Absolutely.
And the old expression, well, two can live as cheaply as one. It's actually pretty darn close, unless they're major eaters. But it is to give that up. I'm the one that started the divorce, and I'm the one that filed. And actually, we did it jointly. We sat down, we did our own spreadsheet, and it was very amicable. And I still talk to my ex. He's the father of my children. He was a wonderful father. I have zero complaints for his ability to father. Well, there's a couple, but I would say he's like 97% great father.
That's another show.
But people wonder, my income dropped by $80,000 a year. Come on, people. Talk about the pain of separation. No, the cost, though, to be free, to not settle, to be in my own life, to be in my own skin. The only problem is I haven't quite figured out what it is, but I'm getting closer and closer every single day to what it is that I am. Because it was so much easier to be a reflection of something else.
I think I'm much more at home being in my own skin now.
And owning it, right?
And owning it. Because, every once in a while, here's confession time. I get a little on the buzz side, and then that's when I get lonely. Mm-hmm. And that's when I'm thinking, kind of the whole, the person that broke my heart. Well, why didn't you just love me?
Because he did it.
Was I not good enough? No, he didn't love him.
You were the wrong flavor. That's a...
but here's the thing. It wasn't about me. It was about him.
Exactly. And when I say the wrong flavor, I don't mean you're the wrong flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the ice cream shop.
Yeah.
And there's all those wonderful flavors.
Yeah.
And you were Jamocha almond fudge, or you were pistachio, right?
I kind of like to think of myself as a sherbet.
A sherbet, a little rainbow sherbet.
Rainbow sherbet, a little bit of everything.
You a little unicorn, darling. Oh my gosh, the unicorn. We have to talk about the
That's
unicorn frappuccinos this week. Oh my gosh, there's a drink named after me. But anyway, so I digress.
That's okay.
If the man didn't want Jamocha almond fudge or sherbet, rainbow sherbet, it doesn't matter what an amazing sherbet you are.
Well, you know,
he wanted something else, and that's not on him, and that's not on you.
And I do
we
believe,
internalize way too much.
I do believe that we accept the love we think we deserve.
Yeah, we
do.
And sometimes the bar is just a little too low.
And so that bar was too low for that person. But my bar here is, if I'm going to be with you and I'm in love with you, I'm going to give you my all. I'm here. I'm the person that would fight for you 100%. But now I'm at a point in my life where I'm okay by myself.
Oh, this is where we're supposed to cue in the old Carly Simon song.
Which one is that?
Well, actually, I don't like the way the song ends, but Carly says, I need to be, the old song is, I need to be me first, all by myself.
Yeah.
You say, the next line of the song, you say you want to move in together, raise a family around
you. Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
And you want to marry me.
Mm-hmm.
But the angst of the song, of course they were all angsty back then, is that I need to learn to be me first, all by myself. There's beauty in the completion, and there's beauty in growth and being yourself. It's wonderful when you can collide into someone else, and it's good. It takes time to develop yourself, and I always thought you could skip those stages.
Mm-hmm.
And no, you have to do all your developmental growing. You know, you have to do it. Either do it now or do it later, or
why fight the inevitable? You know, I mean,
and I've just recently, and I'm glad we're talking about renewal, right?
Yeah.
Reinventing, rebooting. I did a total reboot a few years ago, and thinking I was done rebooting. Okay, I'm done. No,
we're never done rebooting.
I have to reboot again. It's like Judith 2.24. Oh, because the first reboot was good, and the second, and now I'm like, you know what? I got to reboot again because I didn't get it yet. And I've decided that life is, this is corny, it's beautiful and full of joy, and you just have to have your eyes open for it. You got to take it.
You do.
It.
I mean, you don't know when life is going to. You have to live like every day is your last, and you have to figure out what to be thankful
I mean, how
for.
in the heck did
You have to open your eyes. I mean, I open my eyes every day, and I see people on the street. And this morning I went over and I hung out with Terry, and then we went to a store, and there's a man on the corner with a sign. Mm-hmm. I roll down my window and I give him my money. And I know that in Terry's head he's just cringing, but for me it's just kind of like the answer is always no if you don't ask. Mm-hmm. And that man is standing there asking. I don't know what his life is really like. He could go and walk down the street and get into a Cadillac. I don't know.
But you gave it with your heart, and I truly believe that what you put out comes back to you,
and
double and triple.
I give knowing that whatever your situation is, I hope that my action can make it better.
Yes. Well, so I love Emerson about leaving the world a better place. I wish I could quote some Emerson. I think I've had, if I had prepared for tonight, I would have had some Emerson ready. It's to live a life where you've made a difference is success. Mm-hmm. And there are those out there that recently was chit-chatting with someone who said they didn't think they had any empathy. And they were like, no, it's okay, I'm just not really empathetic. I mean, I'm fine. And okay, cool. But for me, my choice is that, to me, everything comes back and has meaning. What I've gone through, the suffering or the pain, or, oh my gosh, my crazy genetics, how did this happen to me? But hey, I'm still blessed.
Yeah.
I wasn't born in the middle of a, racial cleansing war across the ocean. I'm not born in Ethiopia. I remember as a little kid seeing all the pictures of the Biafra children. And, this is my life. And I can spend hours and just days and like getting into the blue funk.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's my choice.
Well,
how I want to turn it. You were talking about relationships earlier, and a delightful person, so if they're listening in, they will hear their reference. I had said, I had my heart broken a few months ago by someone. It was the first time since my divorce that I started to really like, oh my gosh.
I remember that.
My heart broke. And this person asked me, this friend of mine asked me, he said, well, did you have a good time? I said, yeah, I did. They were delightful. I mean, yes. Mm-hmm. I said, so basically, you got a piece of cake. Yeah, I got a piece of cake. Yeah. Was it good? Yeah.
Just know there's more cake out there.
I didn't get the whole cake. I got the piece.
Yeah.
They took their cake home. It's like the potluck where the people bring the wonderful dessert and you're looking for leftovers later and you find out they took it back home.
Right.
Well, it was their cake.
It was their cake.
It was their cake.
It was their pan.
It was their pan. They chose to share.
Really what it is it was their pan.
No, it was really an expensive cake too. So it was like so rich and so good and so wonderful, and I wanted the whole cake. Well, did you enjoy the piece you got? Yeah, I did. But that's all you got this time. Oh. So if they call up and they offer you a piece of the cake, you have to decide, is a piece okay? Because I'm not getting the whole thing.
If that's not what you want, it's not okay.
It's not okay. So, but refuse the cake. But understand that I accepted the piece before without knowing if it was mine. I did.
Right, but you.
So I can be sad. The joy comes. Here's the conundrum.
Conundrum.
So the conundrum. Yes. Oh, that $12 word. We almost sound like I have that master's tonight. Mm-hmm. So I can decide to sit around and cry because I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't ask for it either. There was not a lot of communication going on in this relationship.
Right.
It's just like, oh, wait, it isn't time yet. Oh, it isn't time yet.
You don't want to feel desperate. You don't want to sound desperate. You don't want to feel needy.
I wanted to be the cool chick that didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. It burned me in the ass in the end. But was I happy with... Yeah, it was a great piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it even had nuts on top. It was good. Yeah. But it wasn't mine. So in the end, I have to learn.
Because it wasn't willing...
Have joy.
He had other things going on,
and whatever, and for all future pieces of cakes that may be offered to me,
right?
Or maybe
here's the
some
thing.
Torts.
Here's the thing that you now know.
Yeah,
you now had this piece of cake, and it was amazing. It was delicious, and there were great parts of that piece of cake. Mm-hmm. Maybe the frosting or the flakes that were on the frosting weren't so good.
Maybe it was a little stale.
But a majority of it was good. Mm-hmm. So now you've had a taste of this piece of cake that says that's what you need to strive for.
Yeah, now I know what I like. Exactly. It's like walking into the ice cream shop and not just ordering vanilla because that's all I know. Now I know.
See, I'm one of these people that I'm a creature of habit. I will go to a restaurant and I will order the same thing over and over again. In fact, like the waitress knows what I want. Mm-hmm. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I have a bartender that automatically makes me a drink now.
Right. I am that creature of habit. And so like when people become that, I think the key is that we have to learn to go outside of our comfort zone.
Yes.
It's similar with comedy. Okay? Mm-hmm. You and I have a type of comedy.
Yeah, we're very similar. We're similar. We're not the same.
We're similar. We're not the same.
We're not the same, but we have a similar, and we really appeal to the same kind of audience.
Right. However,
they're not 20 years old.
You got to go out. We got to go outside our comfort zone. We got to figure it out. I will throw jokes out there. outside my comfort zone because that's not what I'm comfortable talking about. However, sometimes you gotta shock people. Sometimes you gotta show them that you're not this pigeonholed persona.
Yes.
And I think it's kind of like actors, okay? You have actors that do a type of character. Let's talk about Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
I love him.
Yeah,
He's
awesome.
He's an amazing actor.
He just played a unique role, I understand, too.
So, but here's the thing. He's always kind of pigeonholed as that gangly guy.
Yes.
Awkward guy. But if you watched Boardwalk Empire, he's not that gangly, awkward guy.
No, that was a great breakthrough part for him.
So
all the way to the bank.
So we have to break through this persona, this pigeon, where we've been pigeonholed. You know, it's like being a blonde.
I don't have that experience. Oh, wait a minute. On the edges, I do. Okay, go for it.
I'm a blonde, and I am a gregarious personality. And I think I've spent a lot of my life with men, growing up with men telling me, you're a lot smarter than I thought you were.
Wow.
Because I had been pigeonholed for being this blonde, sex pot, bubblehead. And then when they sit down and talk to me, it's like, wow, you just kind of blew me away. And that, for a lot of people, is intimidating. For a lot of men, that's intimidating, for you to be intelligent.
Yes.
I listened to my daughter in middle school, who was capable of A's and B's, failing. Because she didn't want people to think she was smart.
Yeah.
But it's like you can be smart and cool at the same time.
Yes, you can. And, you know, and this fits back into the reinvention, the whole spring theme is that, we get to choose. Oh my gosh, and it's a great time.
Right. We're choosing, you know. And now, definitely.
But it's all the things that make us want to continue where we're at.
But now's the time to shed that. Now's the time to shed that. It's a metamorphosis time. Definitely. Mm-hmm. This is the time to get rid of all the stuff that bummed you out and kept you in and kept you from doing anything in going out into the world. What keeps you home? You know what keeps me home? Depression keeps me home.
Break it down, girl. It's time to break it out.
You know what keeps me home? Thinking that I've had a sucky day and I'd rather go home and stay home and wallow in my self-pity. But that doesn't help me heal. That doesn't help me get better.
Nope.
You know, sometimes you just got to take a deep breath. Sometimes you got to breathe. You know, I have this employee, when she gets overwhelmed, she snaps at people. So I kind of told her, I said, now's the time that you need to take a deep breath and just answer. Yeah. Before you answer, take a deep breath. Because I can only handle so many times of you snapping at me.
So you're going to go back and you're going to tell her it's springtime, honey.
Yeah.
It's time for the egg to burst open.
Right.
Yeah, the chicks are hatching now.
So it's like, I'm sorry you're overwhelmed. It's okay to be overwhelmed.
You know what? It's time for a new beginning.
Right.
And that's what I really, oh gosh, this is like so corny. But that's one of the things that I like, being connected back. And in Albuquerque, we have seasons. They're not as pronounced as the East Coast, but they're definitely, we're at this altitude, we have seasons.
We do have seasons.
And I'm really grateful for the fact that we do, because it gives us this wonderful opportunity to go, oh my God, wait, look out your window. What is that? Oh, there's flowers? What?
Yeah, I got roses on my bushes and I don't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh. It's like when the daffodils come up first, you know. Today I went on a bike ride and I got a flippin' sunburn already. I'm like burnt. I am fried. My shoulders are fried. Oh, it must be, it's springtime. Okay. The bosque is incredibly green for us. Those that are from the East Coast,
but you're
would
close
laugh
to the
at-
water,
But
and
no, it's just it's beautiful, and we get to start again. We don't have to accept the crap, and we don't have to stay asleep and dormant and cold and miserable. We get to rebloom and restart again. Again, how amazing is that?
I've been feeling. I think that for a long time I've been sleepwalking, and I think so many of us sleepwalk through life.
We do. We totally do.
We don't know. And here's one of the things that you always ask people: what makes you happy? If you ask most people, they will pause because they don't know what makes them truly happy.
What day? You mean for dinner? No.
Yeah. What makes you happy? What makes your heart sing? What brings joy to you? I mean, okay, so here's me. I am obviously I'm a horror movie fan.
I saw it. This is, for those of you that are not here, this room is absolutely lovely. It's covered in movie posters of various genres, from Jaws to the Swamp Thing to we got a little Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is a little off topic, but
Pumpkinhead.
he wore, he wore those boots so well. You just have to give homage to that.
Oh no,
Yes,
I love them. The man who looks better than me in a pair of fishnet stockings. And then of course I have my I love me wall here. We have to have the I love me wall of the shows that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is okay. I love horror movies, and for me to talk about certain subjects, your face lights up when you have found some true happiness. You will glow. You will glow when you talk about it. And I think so many of us spend time not accepting compliments from people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, that's a beautiful shirt you're wearing today, Judith.
Oh,
This whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. Or, hey, you're wearing makeup today. I said, yeah, I clean up nice. I've now just put myself down. I just now swatted myself down. We spend so much time swatting ourselves down.
Yep, we do.
Yeah.
So what's the game plan for spring is, Joy? It's not really summer till June 21st. It's kind of crazy.
Absolutely.
It's a bit. We get to be springy, fresh. We can eat lots of cake.
Absolutely, lots of cake.
Oh,
I'm looking for some cake.
Yeah, I think I want a whole cake. I think I'm looking for the whole cake. I'm not quite sure where I'm at. I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want like 6 slices of different kinds of cake. Yeah, or if I just want one whole cake to myself. I'm not sure. It's a little difficult, and I guess spring is good for that. I guess, trying to figure that piece out.
Right.
Which piece, how many pieces.
Trying to say yes.
Yeah, yes. But which is really going to make me feel good.
I think the thing is that we're quick to say no. We're quick to look and go, no. Yeah, I don't think so.
So you remember, so it's springtime and we're talking about the renewal and joy. Mm-hmm. Have you heard about that project where you say yes for 30 days? Have you ever tried that? I have not. I have. You don't say no to anything that you're asked to do for 30 days.
Actually, I just finished a book by Shonda Rhimes called A Year of Yes.
Oh my goodness. See, I cosmically knew that.
And you know who Shonda Rhimes is? She's the person. She's the creator of Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, Private Practice, How to Get Away with Murder. So she wrote this book about, and it was pretty much the year of 2014 of being at her sister's house at Christmas and saying her sister. She says something. She goes, "Well, are you going to go?" And she goes, "No." And her sister, under her breath, says, "You never say yes to anything."
Oh my goodness!
And it was that moment of change for her that she spent a year accepting invitations, going to speak at organizations and stuff like that. So it became this year of yes. The other book that I read recently is called 29 Gifts. Have you read 29 Gifts?
No.
And the pretense of the book is the woman had progressive cerebral palsy. Or no, MS, progressive MS. And she met this person who is a very spiritual person. She says, the woman tells her, I want you to, for the next 29 days, give 29 gifts each day. Give a gift each day for the next 29 days.
Okay.
And so, like, the gifts come in the form of it could be a simple phone call of somebody that you promised to reach out to, but you never did. Mm-hmm. Giving somebody a book, helping somebody that you don't realize. And what the test of the 29 gifts is that once you start this flow of giving, things start coming back to you.
Ah.
It's the ebb and the flow. It's the tide. It creates, by doing the 29 gifts, we create a tide. We open up a door. We open up a flow. And I think that once you open up a flow, then things come to you that are least expected.
Very good.
And we have to look at that, that the universe will always put obstacles in our ways to show us that we can persevere.
Mm. And you know what? I'm pretty much decided that I'm not going to worry about the roadblocks. I'm just going to go forward.
Well,
and embrace this.
Let's think about this. Sometimes maybe a roadblock is to telling you that you need to be patient because it's coming.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So the lovely world of Facebook that likes to remind you what you posted a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It's like, no. And then I had this delightful feed. And what did I have on my feed yesterday? This coming through was about being patient.
Mm-hmm.
The things don't grow overnight. It's like, really? Damn it, I don't want that message right now that they don't grow overnight. But guess what? They don't grow overnight.
They don't grow overnight. And
I'm like, I feel I have a little bit of arrogance
mm-hmm.
about I'm always whining about my age, but I have a little arrogance. Well, but at my age, I can't wait. Or at my age, I don't want to wait. At my age, I've already, you know what? I need to just shut the fuck up.
You do. You need to shut the fuck up about your age.
And live, and then be patient and watch.
When people talk to me about age,
mm-hmm.
I'll make a comment about my age, and then they'll go, "Oh my God, you're not that old."
Yeah, I live for that.
I went, "Would you like to see my driver's license?"
They don't say it as much as they used to, but man, I live for that moment. And someone told me once to add 5 years to your age when you say it.
You know what?
Then they'll really be shocked. Like, no.
Here's the thing: when people decide that I look my age, I will add 10 years to my age.
Exactly.
Because then I will look fucking fabulous.
They're not gasping as much the last year or so, and I'm like, wait a minute. Because when I first busted on the comedy scene, busted. Oh, I'm so dramatic.
And she's got bust.
Oh yeah, baby got bust because I put on 10 pounds. So anyway, after my big loss, but anyway, so when I busted on the comedy scene and I started doing improv and whatnot and carrying on,
mm-hmm.
It was a few years ago, and people be like, "Oh my gosh!" Well, time goes by, and skin gets older, and gravity occurs, and the massive weight loss that I had, that I worked so hard for,
mm-hmm.
well, working 2 jobs and doing the hustle, the making work, stress, and getting older. Guess what? Some weight creep back. I'm not the size that I was at all. I mean, I'm still squishing into the pants, although some of them have been put on the shelf. They're not so attractive that I bought. The real reason I'm losing my weight right now is because I can't afford new clothes. And I don't look as good naked. But nevertheless, I do digress too much. But the whole, time goes by.
Let's talk about looking good and naked.
Yeah.
Okay. I will tell you.
Looking good naked? It's all about the lighting.
No, honestly. I will tell you that all my life I've been kind of a curvy kind of person. I mean, probably at 18, I weighed 105 pounds.
Yes.
And maybe in my early 20s, I weighed 105 pounds. But then when I got to about 25, my weight was about 120, 125. Okay. So I accept that. That's my weight. I'm curved. But then after my last daughter, I got to a point where I was 180 pounds. And then I came back from California. I lost 25 pounds. And then I kind of put it back on. So I'm sitting here thinking, well, maybe I'm just supposed to be this big the rest of my life. However, it never affected me in a way that I didn't feel sexy.
Good.
So what changed my view of my body was I had a tummy tuck.
Oh, goodness.
And that screws with your head. Now my body view has changed. Because I did get down to the 140 again, or the 145 again. And I looked good. I mean, I had lost. I was at 185, and then I had lost to 145. I had a big, drastic weight loss, but it was over a period of 3 years. And then I injured my back, and I put it back on. Now I'm back on the bariatric medication that I had taken before to help me lose the weight. And I'm down, I'm actually below 190. So, because I'm about 188.
Yeah.
Which, it's been a while since I've been that. So, but I'm going the right direction. I mean, I take one day at a time. I watch what I eat.
Yeah, it's crazy. For me, I pretty much everybody knows I do personal training for my night job, and it's actually my passion. But I think I grabbed onto the whole transformation kind of thing, the whole fitness thing, out of being in a place of I was in a place of real loss.
Mm-hmm.
I was in very much a place of loss, and so close to just like ending my life. And something clicked in my brain, and I was like, you know what? If I sit on this couch one more day, I think I'm going to die. I'm going to kill myself. I can't take it anymore. Just got up. I said, this is the year I'll lose 20 pounds. The heck with anything great. I'm just going to lose 20. That's it. I got to get moving. I can cry at the gym as well. I can cry at home. I can wait for my son to implode. He was on the streets and using. I wasn't sure what he was doing. And just my life was just empty, devoid of just get moving. And so I started to move, and I found myself. I found some peace in having a focus. I'm not going to lie, though, to do at the age that I did it requires a focus that I would say 99% of the people are not willing to do to get that kind of focus, to get the kind of results I had. And I can't even, at this point, dig that deep and get that focus right now to revisit the kind of changing I want to do in my body. And to get my pants back on, to get down to.
But maybe the thing is
it's fine.
You need to heal here right now.
Yeah, my heart. But I do need to zip some pants because I need just even a couple of pounds. Like I don't want to spend my money on new clothes at this point.
Either.
But I do what I do in my training. It's different than the other trainers. It's different. I work on the inside more than I work on the outside. When people come to me, if they just want to move, they can move. Mm-hmm. But if they want change, we work on the inside. And some of my clients just accidentally, someone gave them the training, whatever, and I meet them where they're at. I'm not beating them over the head.
Yeah.
But I do tell them, if this is what you want, this can happen. But
you have to decide where you want to be.
Where you want to be, and I'm here to be your coach, your cheerleader, to help you get to whatever your goal is. But understand that if you want this crazy goal of, being whatever your ideal image is, I can help you get there. I'll be there every step of the way for you. But it's a commitment. Mm-hmm. And that's what's great about spring, back to the theme, is that it's a nice time of renewal. But there are different levels of goals and finding joy and acceptance in where you're at. And I really do a lot of work with people just to be strong. Yeah. Just to be strong. You want to be strong.
Well, I
you need to be able to move. You need to be able to,
I can probably say that.
And pain. Oh my God, I have quite a few patients. Oh, they're not patients. That's my day job. Night job. Clients. I have a lot of clients that want to be out of pain, and I'm very proud of one particular client who's made no goals as far as like weight loss. But oh my God, the knees are not hurting. She's in arthritis and her
Mhm.
knees aren't hurting, and she can sit, and she's learning to do squats without knee pain, which is pretty freaking amazing, because I'm not talking about squatting in the sense of, a few hundred pounds on your back. I'm talking about squatting like we sit in chairs.
Right.
And we get up from chairs.
Well, sure.
And I've been able to help her learn how to get up and down
I could probably say that
without pain in her knees, which is pretty phenomenal.
part of the reason, when I hurt my back, I kind of in that same year fell off a motorcycle and hyperextended my legs,
Ouch.
and so since then I've kind of had this problem with my ankle, and I think that I've compensated for so much that it's
Exactly.
now it's spread up into my hip, so
All
that
connected.
that ligament that comes up the side of my legs, if I bend my leg too quickly, it pinches and I'm in pain. So like now I'm trying to get my mobility back in this ankle.
Exactly. Yep. It's really funny. People will come and like I said, because I'm a nurse, I tend to get a lot of clients floated over to me that, oh my God, this person, and I end up getting this client that has like 12 different things wrong with them, or 12 back surgeries. I'm not kidding. Or 2 knee replacements. Oh, let's give them to Judith. But you know what? I relish it. The only time I get upset with it is when they judge my progress if they go to something arbitrary like weight, because that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
My clients are moving and they're strong and they're feeling good. And when they're ready, and if they want to, they can lose weight. But that's not my goal for them. My goal for them is what their goal is to be moving without pain. And it takes a long time to relearn those motor patterns. They get ingrained, you get injury, you compensate, and then what happens is you like, oh my gosh, you give up.
Right.
And I can compensate, and I have clients that don't use both legs to get up. Like, no. I tweeted, Reese, I'm pretty avid
Twitter,
yes.
She's a tweeter.
Twitter. Yeah, I got a twit problem.
I'm
I'm not a twat, just a Twitter. And so I tweeted something about, don't tell me what you can't do. Tell me what you can.
Yeah.
Because that's where we'll start.
Well, I mean,
We'll start
let's
there,
think
and
about
then
this.
we'll build you the body you want. If it's just to get up and move, then let's just get up and move. If you want to be that bikini competitor on the stage,
Yeah.
and you're 50-something years old, you know what? You can if you want to. Now, you may not want to pay the price.
It's about the want.
It's about, are you willing to do the work?
Right.
Now, the last little bit of chiseling on that, I would turn it over to some of the really wonderful trainers at my gym that do that kind of thing. But to get you started and get you moving, no, you can't go to them because they'll have no idea what to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
But to get you to the point where you can end up there, and Lord have mercy, that is a crazy, crazy, crazy place to be. It's funny to be in a new profession at my age, a new job.
Yeah.
I have bosses that are like 20 years old, 25 years old. And one of them is on a stage right now competing in a bikini competition. She looks absolutely phenomenal, but you have no idea about the work and the starvation, is actual starvation and dehydration that goes into those beautiful women on the stage. And
Sure.
they get trivialized a lot. It's a tremendous amount of work. It's a tremendous amount of sacrifice, and it's also a tremendous load of wonderful genetics.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them have wonderful implanted breasts, because to get your body fat down that low, you have to have something. You don't have enough body fat left to have breasts.
You'll have pancake boobies.
There's nothing left. No. So, but I, being in the fitness field, have a respect for it, and I don't have the disdain. It's not a choice I would make. There's a lot of people with eating disorders after they go through this process for women, not so much for men. But again, it's a great way to reinvent yourself, to reboot yourself if you want to, through strength, through fitness, through physique, whatever it is that turns you on. Like you said, we're really not wandering people. This goes back to what makes you happy.
What makes you happy? I mean,
what floats your boat?
If working out makes you happy, then that's positive.
For me, it calms my anxiety, and probably my little hereditary, lovely genetic gift of having an anxiety disorder, to be able to exercise to the point of like I'm dying. And okay, no, it's not that bad. I'm just kidding. I'm not a big cardio fan.
I'm obsessive compulsive, and I have PTSD. So
yeah, but again, I had the PTSD diagnosis, but I can it can get better. It can be.
Oh yeah, it can be. I mean, I can allow it to make me a victim, or I can allow it to make me stronger. And
it's so much work, that particular diagnosis. And
sure
it has
it
to do with what caused the initial, it's real easy to get that diagnosis nowadays, especially if you need a little green treatment.
Yeah.
420, treatment. So I'm not going to fault anyone. This is not in reference to you, but I'm not going to fault anyone who's wanting a little 420.
I don't do 420 anyway.
So I can't do it because of my profession.
If people were going to drug test me, they'd be sorely disappointed.
Oh, yeah. my field, I can't be, but I've certainly softened and changed, which is really strange too in life. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to change my outlook on that.
See, I
was so rigid when I was younger.
I don't know that my outlook really has changed. I mean, and I know a lot of people
I'm way more accepting.
I know that a lot of people that have the card and everything and are trying to, use it for certain things and PTSD and, but I mean, you got to ask, why do you have this PTSD? For me, it was abusive relationships. It was the Holocaust of my mother.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Moms are great, aren't they? Especially when they're schizophrenic. But
my mom wasn't schizophrenic.
I had one of those.
She was not a nice person, and gosh, I mean, I could only imagine what it would be like to have somebody that. However, being obsessive compulsive.
I can imagine.
I think there's almost a fine line sometimes because I'm so sound sensitive. And I tell people, and we'll go into a restaurant, and then they'll be talking to me, and then they're like, I'm gone, because I can hear everything.
Yes.
Everything. All of the sounds, all of the conversations. And I tell people, I said, it's almost like being schizophrenic, because you hear everybody.
Yeah. My mom wasn't quite there. There's a different disorder that's very similar. And she at times wasn't connected to reality. So it was like, where's mom at now? So I learned I'm a wonderfully, painfully empathetic, and what's the phrase that I use? Empath.
I'm an empath.
I can walk into a room and get a read on it. It was because I needed to match the mood and give mom what she wanted, and then she would flip. It would flip on a dime. Things like the one time we went on vacation when I was a kid. We actually went camping, and at 2 a.m. my mom decided she had to go home. And that was very typical of my mom. So 2 a.m. everybody got loaded up and had to go home. Mm-hmm. And a few years, just recently, and my mom's passed away now, but my niece tells a story about going to visit her mom, who has the same disorder. And at 2 a.m, she decided everybody had to go home. She's like, okay, it's done. Just lunacy, crazy, like not connected to reality. And I remember seeing my brother and my sister at different times who was having, being not connected to reality. So trying to navigate those waters and then no, that's not real. Okay, but they're angry, but they're violent, but they're dangerous. So let's just make them
And you
happy.
Definitely don't want to feel like it's happening to you.
So it's always very much trying to okay, I can see what's going on. They're not connected. How can I get out of this and survive and live my life like that? Mm-hmm. And then you try as an adult. Okay, I'm not here anymore. I'm not there anymore. But having that shadow, the shadows, and it's just freaking fucking heavy to carry shadows your whole life. And it's really amazing to be able to wake up and say, you know what? I don't feel like it, but it's not real. The pain from the past is not here today. I am free, and the sun came up, and I'm going to walk out the door, and I have my life.
I call it, you don't have to carry anybody else's box of bullshit.
No, you got to own your own shit, damn it.
We do.
And shit totally, is very helpful, as we talked about
totally
before.
Own it.
Beautiful flowers.
I fertilize my life with it
Absolutely.
all the time.
Beautiful flowers. And come out of shit. You do have to put it in the proper containers. You have to compost it. You got to turn it over. So
I have a compost bin actually in my backyard.
You got to turn that shit over and keep it outside. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
Just make some beautiful spring flowers out of it, and it will last into the summer. And yeah,
I just got a
cake.
Yeah.
Get some cake, people.
I need some cake.
Yeah. So
I would like a Adobe pie.
Adobe pie. What's that?
It's Haagen-Dazs. It used to be a Haagen-Dazs ice cream with an Oreo cookie crust and chocolate on it. It's a chocoholic's dream come true.
Nice. So I was wondering, just before we finish up, I want to make a couple of quick plugs.
Please do.
If I can.
Absolutely.
I've got a show coming up. I'm back on the screen, or no, scene,
on the stage.
Not the screen. Hello.
Back on stage.
Someday I will be on the screen. I'm putting it out there.
I'm on screen. You
By
just
this time
don't know
next
yet.
year, I will be on a screen somewhere. Perhaps it will be something you want to look at. But no, I will be doing the next Vagrant Variety, which is May 6th. Does that sound right? Yes, May 6th, down at Oxdog.
Mm-hmm.
Come on down. I will... The first person that walks up to me that night after the show and says, I'm here because you plugged it, I will buy you a drink. Woohoo! Even a fancy one. Yeah, a fancy one from the cellar over there at Zinc. I love the Zinc bar.
Yeah.
So I just plugged the Zinc for no reason. And come on down and see me. I'm getting ready to stop my day job here really soon for the summer.
Lucky you.
So I will be on the scene a couple of days a week. And then tonight, and I think maybe we have 1.2 people listening, but those 1.2 people listening, my favorite band in town, the Rudy Boys. Rudy Boy Experiment. Anyway,
Rudy
Boys. Yeah, they're going to be down at the Seasons Bar and Grill. Come on down and listen to some good music in the next hour or so. And I want to thank Nicolina so much for giving the opportunity to spread some springtime joy.
I am glad that you were able to come, and definitely we're going to have to do another show much sooner than the last one we've done.
Spread your love, Nicolina.
Absolutely. My next show is called The Curve. The curveball, and it's really about how life throws us curves and how do we cope and where are we going to go from there. And then the show after that is definitely We Come in Pairs, and it's a tribute to breast cancer and the loss and healing. And my guest next week will be Wendy Carson, and
Yay.
And then the week after that will be Mike Miller and his beautiful wife Tish. And then after that, we have a couple of other shows I'll be posting soon, and it's going to be an amazing month. I am absolutely looking for, Pride is coming up, and definitely looking for guests for my shows for that time. And let's see where we can go, and let's take this somewhere awesome. I do want to bring up the fact that I will be bringing a new show in May, also as well, called 5 Shots, 5 Questions. It's about bringing some real life subjects to people who have let their inhibitions go a little bit. So looking forward to that show with Winter Flack and some amazing guests that we'll be inviting. And we'll be seeing you next week. This is Nicolina Nitz, and you're listening to Women, Wit, and Wine. And thank you again, Judith, for joining me.
My pleasure.
It's always a lovely pleasure.
Happy spring, everyone.
Absolutely.
Be blessed. Go bloom.
Bloom. Let's grow. Stop looking in the rearview mirror, and let's move forward. Have a great night. This is Nicolina Nitz, and you're listening to Women, Wit, and Wine.
We definitely filled it out.